Morning, everybody. So let's start off the morning with South African top 40, the Aussie, and we'll move to the others after. But as usual, starting on the weekly, and there's so much happening in the world that fundamentally we don't really have an idea of what direction we're going to take. So on the Aussie, you see we're still traveling down in this channel. We did get the weekly pin bar, and then last week we've got a not a really well-defined range, and it's not off a, it is kind of off a level here, kind of it's off a pretty solid level. So you can see there, price attempted to break through, anything else, but used it as resistance here, broke through, didn't really do anything there, used it as support this week, and this week used it as resistance, and this week used it as resistance as well. So we're still, from an Ichimoku perspective, Span is below price. We still did get a crossover, and we are running sideways, which is indicating range. And the cloud is also narrowed out and flat, which is also indicating a range. Now let's just get down onto the daily and see. I think before we go to the daily, let's just draw that level in, because if you don't draw them in, you miss them. And I'll show you in my video on the Dow how we actually missed a pretty critical level. Well, I missed it anyway. Let's go to there. Okay, so on the daily we are still below the 200 EMA, okay, and these tails to the top is just telling us that there are buyers here, sorry, sellers. So there are sellers sitting here on the top of this range, off this level. Now we know on the 4 hour we have an inverse head and shoulders, and this here is the left shoulder, this is the head, and this here is the right shoulder. So this level that's running across quite a number of, so from 28th of August 2017 to now. So this level has been respected at the moment, and it's kind of going nowhere slowly, so to speak. So we're still bearish on the daily as well. So we have a span that's below price. So we did break through the cloud. Okay, and normally what happens when we break through the cloud, you can see here, we broke through the cloud, we came back, we tested the cloud, and came back down. And then there was a second test of the cloud, and we failed to break through. Okay, and we've come down. Now we've broken to the upside. So, and you could actually argue that this was the first attempt to break through the cloud. It didn't halt at 1, 2, and 3. And what I often find is when you're looking at Ichimoku, you'll see that we'll break through the cloud, we'll come back, we'll test the cloud, we'll test again. So we range around in the cloud before breaking through. But what's happening here, we've broken through, we've tested, okay? We created a new low there, from there. We created a new high in relation to this, but essentially created a double top on the cloud again before bouncing down. Now depending on how you look at this, from there to there we have the OBV traveling in the same direction as price, so everything's fine. But from this pin bar on the 22nd of March, if you look there, we are moving to the upside in OBV while price is moving to the downside. So normally if you have a swing high and then you create another swing high and you have diversions on the swing high on the top, then you're typically going to continue the direction down, and obviously the opposite is true when you're moving to the upside. But for me, and you'll see on the other videos, that all the markets are showing daily diversions for continuation. Okay, we are at a pretty major level, which is this one here. It's going to take a lot of effort to break through this level and to break through the 200 EMA on the daily. if we look at the 4-hour, we can see, okay, we have a bullish signal here with Chico's band breaking through price, breaking through um, Chico, Kikinson and Kijinson, okay, and we are also kind of bouncing on the 50% of this range, okay. We are above cloud, and we had a bullish crossover of Kijinson and Kikinson there, and we also have a very bright future. In other words, we had a twist in the cloud, and the cloud is green. Okay. However, we have a double top here, okay, and so there's not much there. It is moving to the downside slightly, but that's not nothing to worry about at this stage. But kind of a difficult one. This 4-hour pin bar is also indicating that there's quite a bit of selling that came in at the close, but that's to be understood. So I doubt people will be wanting to hold positions over the weekend, not with Europe, who have happy fingers on their missile buttons. So obviously, the big smart money is getting out of the market on Friday and waiting to see what happens on Monday. Now, for me, I think I'll just wait and see what happens here. We're looking for a break of this level for continuation. So any pullback, and let's say we're on the 4-hour. So if we start getting some support on the cloud here, then I may be looking at a long. Okay, but for me, if we get up to this position and we start forming any form of bearish reversal on the hour, I will be short. And short targets will be first 50%, which is where my cursor is now. Then we have the bottom of the top of the cloud, which is here. And then we need to start looking for the bottom of the range, which will be this pin bar and this pin bar, if we get tested. Okay. And if that breaks, then obviously we start looking at the range break target. The break to the upside here will move quite violently. Okay, because it is a daily range, a weekly range. So we will travel pretty much in the range all week. And the other thing that we need to take cognizance of here is this head and shoulders is still very much in play. So if we do break to the upside, we're looking to head to 52,900 area, and it does line up with some of the range break targets, and it also lines up with this previous high in the 12th of March. Okay, so yeah, jury's out, but the key thing to remember here is this level, but this level here where we are now is a massive, very, very strong level. But to break this, we're going to need the Europe, or actually more the US and Europe. We're going to need the US to have a stellar day for us to get above this level. Okay, so lastly, let's have a look. And right now, 10 cents down, 1.2%. So bet your bottom dollar perhaps won't be running. It'll be probably running in the opposite direction. So it'll be heading down. So yeah, I think for me, I'm probably going to be looking for a short rather than a long. And if you're looking at what we have here, that we're still pretty much bullish, bearish at the moment. So yeah, this is a lot of indecision sitting here. It's known as barbed wire with all these tails from top and bottom. Investors are not knowing whether to buy or to sell. So what they're doing is they're using very small targets, probably on lower time frames, to buy and sell. And I think we can just close off by going to the hour. And you can see how we've broken through, and we're still sitting on the 200 EMA on the hour here. And we're not breaking through with much conviction. So we have a double top with diversions here. So yeah, I think whatever happens, anything in this area, I think I'm going to play it short, and we'll keep a tight stop on it. I'm not sure whether we're going to run properly or whether we're just going to consolidate further for a breaker. So it would be nice for a consolidation because the break is going to be pretty violent. But we'll have to wait and see. I think earnings season is going to play a role, and also whatever happened in the Middle East right now. So, but I'll touch more on the earnings season in my video on the Dow. That's the end of the Aussie. Hope it helps, guys. I'll catch you later.